everyone, this is Jade from Leandra Lively, and I have some awesome news to tell you today. I just found out that I am 5 weeks pregnant, so I'm going to tell you everything that I had to do to get to this point, because it's a crazy life, let me tell you. So, it started out, my husband and I got married 3.5 years ago now, July 4th of 2010, and just in case you're wondering, I might not put all these videos up until like later on in the pregnancy, just so family or friends or people, weird comments, and plus I don't want anyone to really know yet, and what I'm doing is controversial in a lot of the mainstream society, so I'm going to bring you videos of how to have a raw, 100% raw food pregnancy, maybe like 99% because I'm sure I'm going to use some coconut sugar in there, but I'm going to try to be like 100% raw, tell you everything you got to do, how to have the easiest pregnancy. Everything I've researched is this is the easiest birth process, healthiest, everything. So, it started out 3.5 years ago when my husband and I got married, trying to have kids, and it wasn't happening, and it went like a year and a half, and then all of a sudden, I found out about the raw food diet. We watched a movie called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, and so we bought a juicer like the next day, literally, like, went to Walmart and got like the cheapest one we could get, because we were struggling with money too. Like, we just moved from a job for my husband. They lied and said he was going to be making way more money than he was bringing in. We moved to this little small town, and so that kind of sucked. But everything was close, so when we ran out of gas money, I walked everywhere. And you know, I'm not one to ask for handouts, but honestly, that was like anyone else in my situation would have. But we made it through, so I'm just glad about that. But we lived in this little town, and we started watching Netflix. We found Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. Started getting healthy, started juicing, and then we watched The Beautiful Truth and kind of learned more about the raw food diet. And I heard in that movie, so I'm like, this has got to be the way, you know, we are going to have kids. So I got to keep track of the time here. There was a point in The Beautiful Truth where they were talking about mercury fillings, like the metal fillings in your mouth. Yeah, they call them silver fillings. They're not silver. They're 50% mercury in your face. So there's a point in that movie when they were talking about how the mercury fillings cause infertility. So I was like, oh my god, like a light switch. It was like, oh my god, I got the chills, and I was like, that right there is the reason we are not getting pregnant. So we moved back from this small town that was like an hour and a half away from where we grew up. We moved back to where we grew up and lived in a camper for a little over a year, saved money, and we got my metal fillings taken out. It was like over $3,000, but it was totally worth it because everything I've researched in that area is like, get rid of them and you'll have kids. And another thing mercury is in, it's in, you know, a lot of fish, factory farm fish and that kind of stuff. And it's in vaccines, flu shots, like all that kind of stuff. They're pumping babies full of it, you know. Wonder why they can't have kids when they grow up. 1 out of 4 people my age, college age, 18 to 25, is infertile. That's not right. In nature, it's not possible to not be able to conceive kids. So you got to get back to nature with it. Toxicity in the body or a deficiency in vitamins and minerals is going to make it so you cannot conceive. It's going to make, if you have cancer, if you have any kind of disease, it's because you're toxic in the body and you're not getting enough minerals. You're toxic and deficient, or one or the other. So you got to clear it up, get rid of the toxicity, get rid of the mercury, get rid of the dead animal flesh rotting in your colon, get rid of the animal fat in your arteries, go on a plant-based vegan diet, and even if you're not 100% raw, if you're on the starch track, you want potatoes and rice and gluten-free pasta or whatever, you'll still get pretty healthy. It's the next best thing to fruit. So we found out about all that and got my metal fillings taken out. Now it's September, okay, right now it is January of 2014, and I got my fillings taken out in September of 2012. So I went like a whole year and then 3 months, and I spent that whole year like 95% raw. The first 6 months, 100% raw, just trying to drinking a lot of fruit juices that I made fresh, and even a lot of green juices, cilantro, because that helps get rid of the mercury. So, and I lost a lot of weight, got fit. My husband's lost a lot of weight too. Even though I know he wasn't necessarily the problem, I knew it was the mercury in my mouth making it so we couldn't conceive. But we still wanted to both just get as healthy as we possibly could. So we did that 100%, or no, like 95% raw for like a whole year, and now it's been like a little over a year. It's been like 15 months since I got my fillings taken out, and I finally found out that I'm pregnant, and it's crazy, like all the stuff that we went through. We tried acupuncture, we did that for a month, but it's like we ran out of money, and it's like, you cannot expect us to pay $1,000 a month to try to keep this going, so, but I don't know, I just want to tell you everything I did along the way. Like, everyone says, oh, I've tried everything, so then they go to the in vitro, or all like, the kind of, I think they're unnatural, but whatever you want to do, it's your life, you know, look into stuff, the truth is out there, you'll find it. So, and then the last thing I did, it sounds weird, we saw this little YouTube video about, like, infertility, and it mentioned aloe vera, and in a different language it meant, like, fertile woman or young woman or something. So I'm like, well, I haven't tried that yet, you know, because I've tried everything. I did a 4-day water fast, like, 3 months ago. I was like, okay, I want this baby so bad, like, I want to do everything. I want to be able to say I did everything, because that's how bad, like, we want to have a family. So, and I lasted 4 days, and I'm like, screw this, I love food more than this whole infertility thing. So I just started eating again, and I love it. But, and then the last thing we did, over the last month that I finally did conceive, we did aloe vera. You buy it fresh. I don't know, it might be hard for you to find it, but we have a grocery store that sells it fresh in these long, you know, long aloe vera leaves or whatever. And it's this gel inside, so I slice it open, and I put kind of a lot, like, if there's like a leaf like this long, I'll cut it in half and I'll put that in a smoothie, and I did that every day, all the gel in the smoothie. But you gotta mix it with sugar, don't eat it plain, it tastes kind of gross. But that was the last thing I did. It's supposed to help like the cervical mucus and make it like easier for the, you know, sperm to get to the egg or whatever, that's what you want. So that's the last thing I did, and I think it worked. So I'm finally 5 weeks pregnant, and that's everything I had to do. Raw food diet, just eat as much fruit as you can fit in your mouth every day. Like, eat 30 bananas and then a salad, or eat, you know, whatever you want. Oranges, dates, strawberries, just shove it in. You gotta get the carbs in. I've been eating like 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day on average, like, for like over a year now. Like, you gotta smash the carbs in. Keep the protein and the fat really low, because that'll cause problems. I don't know, I feel like crap when I eat too much protein and fat too anyway. So I'm sure I'll be doing a video every week for this pregnancy. I'm 5 weeks, no symptoms, I feel awesome, and no nausea. And I heard on the raw food diet you don't really get nausea or puke or, you know, morning sickness kind of crap. That's kind of like a standard American diet thing, I think. But yeah, so I'm feeling good. I don't even feel anything, don't feel cramps, I feel nothing yet, I just know from the test. So I'm really excited, and I'll keep you updated. Hopefully I'll go week by week and let you know what's going on. Thanks for watching. Bye.